Dr. Woodward, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about police brutality. What's your opinion on police brutality?
That's a good question. It's a tough question. I think we live in a society where you see certain things on TV and it makes all situations look bad or good depending on what it is the media is trying to portray a lot. Personally, I come from a long line of law enforcement. My dad, stepdad, mom, stepmom all worked in law enforcement. So I have a great respect for the police, but also have a great respect for anyone that I run into. So are there situations that are completely blown out of proportion on the media side? Yes. Are there situations where police have gone too far and overstepped their bounds? Of course. I try to look at it from both sides, definitely, and it hurts my heart, honestly. It breaks my heart when I see things on TV that when things just get out of hand. There's a situation where the police could have handled something differently or in a better situation, knowing how my parents have talked about their job growing up, and it's a hard job. Sometimes there's no right or wrong answer. But when things do get out of hand, and I can see that, it makes me anxious for the good cops that are out there trying to do a lot of good. There's a lot of good that cops do, and I've seen it firsthand in my entire life. I've been involved with it. It's not, for me, it's not a white thing, it's not a black thing. It's a society thing where things get out of hand pretty quickly for people not doing right, but also people not doing right on the police side. So for me, it's a tough call. I try to look at every situation individually, try to get the facts, and unfortunately we don't always have the facts. And it's hard to make a decision when you don't have the facts.
Okay, next is, does it affect society and how?
Does it affect society? Of course it does. Growing up as a son of a police officer, anytime we would be out, we would see kids, and I would hear parents say, well, there's the cops, you better straighten up or you better run. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because cops are there to protect you for the most part. Now, there are bad cops, like I said before, but we get that negative portrayal. We don't see the things that good cops are doing all across the country. And if we saw more of that, I think we'd have a little better light. But it does affect society. You see riots, you see protests, you see just negative connotations on all sides, and it does affect us. It affects me, it affects you guys, it affects our school, it affects society, sure.
And what are things that need to be changed or fixed around it?
I think it starts the conversation. It starts with legitimate conversation from both sides, be willingness to listen to each other. We don't listen to each other. We tend to shout, we tend to argue, we tend to fight, we don't listen. Communication from all sides, all segments of society, from police, from the community, from government, from kids, from schools. Everybody needs to talk. You gotta get on the same page. You gotta have efforts to change communities. A lot of these instances have happened in places where the communities they don't talk with each other, much less talk with police. So you got to work together to change your community for the better, and that's where it starts. Good communication, I believe.
Well, that is all. I hit Dr. Woodward at 608 and 600 Hall.
608.